And with all of that flurry of earnings news, it's time to turn to an expert for analysis. Joining me is Bob Williams, Senior Vice President with Delta Trust Investments. Bob, welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
Well, it's the start of the earnings season for this quarter. We got reports from a number of major publicly traded companies in and out of Arkansas. In general, what are analysts like yourself looking for in these numbers?
Well, we're looking for positive outcomes. Better, it's not necessarily that we're looking for companies to make a profit, but we're just looking for them to do better than expected. And we've seen that come in on a number of firms, and I think it's had a lot to do with this run in the market we've seen recently.
Oh, well, there's certainly some mixed signals in the economy right now, good news and bad news depending on kind of where you look. Let's take a look at the all-critical banking sector, the financial sector. What are we seeing in this round of earnings reports as it relates to the health of banking?
Well, a number of the companies have increased their loan loss reserves, but again, the expectation was they would increase them more than they have. So we've actually seen the banking stocks performing very well over the last 2 weeks as a result. A number of companies have come in, and again, they're reporting losses and they're setting aside loan loss reserves, but they're less than the street was expecting, and as a result, those stocks are going up.
Do you think it's kind of a good thing to always play off of expectations, or is it better to play off of actual performance?
Well, in my personal opinion, the market works off relative expectations. It's all about what actually occurs relative to what's expected. You can have a company report a loss of $20 a share and see their stock go up substantially because the street was expecting the company to lose $30 a share. So you have to look at this from a relative perspective.
Well, let's shift gears, no pun intended, and let's talk trucking. Nationally, the trucking sector appears to be regaining some of its footing as manufacturing seems to be ramping back up, goods starting to get moving again. Now, among some of the Arkansas trucking firms, we still see some struggles. J.B. Hunt had a great quarter, but big losses for USA Truck and Arkansas Best, as we previously reported. Kind of what's working there?
Well, I think the big key there is the intermodal transport that J.B. Hunt has, the ability to take their trailers and put them on trains and ship them across the country, and the substantial portion of their business is based on the intermodal transport, and it's very cost effective, and I think that's been a big factor in their results.
Is there concern about the consistent losses that people are seeing with Arkansas Best and USA Truck?
Well, you're always concerned about that, but things have clearly, if you look at the UPS and FedEx in comparison, they're all down. Business is down. People aren't buying as much. They're not buying over through the mail and on the internet to the extent they were. As a result, demand has dropped for the truckers, and it's hurt all of them, but there's no reason to think that they can't survive this.
Well, you mentioned earlier we've seen a good run in the stock market lately. Tell me what you kind of see happening, what's on the horizon, per se, in the next 30 to 60 days.
I think we're going to be going back and forth. It's going to be a sideways market. The market goes up on days with good news. A lot of times recently, it's been reacting on the downside if something comes out that's not expected. But really not looking for any major moves one way or another over the near term in the market.
All right, Bob Williams with Delta Trust Investments. Always good to talk to you and get your insights. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Roby.